All right, so again, I apologize for my voice. Um, what we want to do today is we want to finish up 7.3, and we are going to work with product to sum and sum to product formulas. Meaning that we will take something that's written as a product and write it as a sum, or something that's written as a sum and write it as a product. You have 4 of these for each one. I've just written 1 for each one here. They are listed in your sheet of notes that you have. If you write down this much, that'll kind of help us get started. So, okay, take out your sheet of paper that has all of your formulas on it, and I can show you where these are at. Optimus Kime, can I borrow yours? As you look, right at the very bottom on the right-hand side, it says sum to product and product to sum formulas, and that's where you're going to find these. And as you can see, they have ones for sine times cosine, for sine times sine, for cosine times sine, and for cosine times cosine. So you won't use this hardly ever. The fact of the matter is that we would use this in calculus to give you an idea, but other than that, not really a whole lot of use. So the rest are located on your formula sheet. So let's just practice. We want to write the following product as a sum. Now, this is in terms of sine times cosine, which is the first formula I wrote down. So all I need to do is identify what A and B are. What is A in this situation? 4x, and what is B? So what this becomes is 1/2 times the sine of, what's A plus B? And what's A minus B? That's it. That's all you do. If you want to rewrite it like 1/2 sine of 6x plus 1/2 sine of 2x, that would be fine as well if you want to do that. So if you want to distribute the 1/2, you'd like to write it all over 2. I would accept any of that. That's all. That's all there is to it. Why don't you try 3 times the cosine of x times the cosine of 2x? So you need a new formula, and the 3 is just a multiplier. So instead of 1/2 in front, it would be 3/2 in front. So go ahead and see if you can work on that. I'll pause it and come around and help you. Okay, boys and girls, again, here's your formula sheet. And please take note of a couple things. First of all, this is the formula that you want. There's a 1/2 out front. So if you multiply the 1/2 by 3, you get 3/2. And please also notice that you have 2 cosines. There's not just one. So as you write this out, you should come up with 3/2 times the cosine of -x plus the cosine of 3x. Is that what you got? Did you do cosine of 3x plus cosine of -x? Yes. Okay, now we switch. Now we write it as sums, or sums as products. So I need to write this as a product. So I look at my sine and my sine piece, sine minus sine. If I go to my trig formulas, I'm looking for sine minus sine. So now I'm going from a sum to a product. So sine minus sine would be this one right here. 2 times the cosine of them added over 2 times sine of the 2 subtracted over 2. Okay, so this is the formula I use, right? What's A? A is 3x. What's B? B is x. So I have 2 cosine of 3x plus x divided by 2. What's 3x plus x divided by 2? 2x. And what's 3x minus x divided by 2? Just x. So you got 2 times the cosine of 2x times the sine of x. So I now wrote it as a product. So all you're being tested on in this portion is being able to, you know, plug in the formulas correctly. So try the next one on your own, and then we'll do the last 2, and then you can start working. That's it. That's all we're doing today. Okay, Samantha Stanley, what'd you come up with for this one? Is it supposed to be negative? And then sine and cosine? Sine and sine? So if we look at our formula, if you got a cosine minus a cosine, it looks like, yep, they're both sine. It's a negative out front. So that's going to be the trick, is grabbing the correct formula. Let's go to the last 2. And I wrote this up last night. Didn't have time or patience to work it out. I wrote up bogus problems. So let's cross this off, and we'll go 105 and 15. And then let's go 40, 45 and 15. So it says find the value of the product or the sum. Well, we don't have an exact value for the sine of 105. We don't have an exact value for sine of 15. We could use sums and products to do so, but what we could do is we could express this in a larger form such that we could figure out the exact value in a much easier way. Watch how I do this. If we look at our sine times our sine, and I look at my formula sheet, sine times sine could be rewritten as 1/2 times the cosine of them both subtracted minus the cosine of them both added. So I'm going to do that. So this fits the following formula. 3 times 1/2 times the cosine of them subtracted, 105 minus 15, minus the cosine of them added, 105 plus 15. I know this looks bad, but it's not that bad. What's 105 minus 15? So I have 3 times 1/2 times the cosine of 90 minus the cosine of 120. What's cosine of 90? 0. What's cosine of 120? Negative 1/2. So minus the negative 1/2 would be plus 1/2. So this is just 3 times 1/2 times 1/2, which is 3/4. Cosine 90 is what? 0. And cosine 120 is negative 1/2. 0 minus the negative 1/2 is a positive 1/2. So now you just have 3 times 1/2 times 1/2. Yes? Um, I have a sine times a sine. So if I look here, sine times a sine is going to be this one right. Whoop. Right there. Question. Because the cosine of 120 is negative 1/2, and I'm minus, so it's minus a negative 1/2 or plus 1/2. Yes? Okay. We do the last one then. You guys can get started on your work. We said that that's 45 and that's 15. As I look at my difference formulas, again, I can rewrite this expression in a way that will help me evaluate it exactly. So if I look at my cosine one right here, negative 2 sine of the 2 added together over 2 times the sine of the 2 subtracted over 2. So I can write this down. Negative 2 times the sine of 45 plus 15 over 2 times the sine of 45 minus 15 over 2. So that leaves you with negative 2 times the sine of, Sam, you said 30, times the sine of 15. Sorry, looks like I wrote a bogus problem. Your book won't do that. Just as we work it out, negative 2 times, what is the sine of 30? 1/2 times the sine of 15. What's negative 2 times 1/2? Yeah. Yes. Yep, and that's, yes. We're just going to leave it. But, well, I'll tell you guys that they won't ask you to go as far in the book, but we'll do it today for you. No, it really doesn't take any work. Watch. Negative 2 times 1/2 is what? Negative 1 sine of 15. And Sam says that we've done that before, haven't we? We've done 15 before, haven't we? We could write that as a half angle formula, negative sine of 30 over 2. Do you remember that formula on your sheet? Well, that's how we would do it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that as well. Sure. Well, we could do it your way. Okay, so we have a half angle formula right there. Yes, you could. Yeah. 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 So you would then use that half angle formula to figure it out from there. Okay. All right. So your assignment is as follows: 558, 35, 39, 41, 45, 47 through 50. It's about a dozen problems. Our good friend Kelly Sanderson is keeping track of all of our stuff over there, as well as our calendar up here. So there's your assignments. Go to work.